Welcome everybody to the Keys to Wisdom channel. So I want to do a little update on the last few videos work and kind of show and talk a little bit about how it all happened. So the last video that I put together about Camp Randall 31471, how that all got started was Randy sent me that a picture of the decode of deuterium fusion, talking about the 5731, and then I took it on from there to that 5702, the Manhattan Project, and all of the bullshit that was going on with nuclear fusion and fission at that time, right? And now, to be perfectly honest, Randy has sent me hundreds of pictures in the last couple years, hundreds and hundreds of pictures, right? And I look at them and stuff, and I get stuff out of them, but the majority of them don't solicit the feeling that there's something to this, right? And then I'll talk a little bit later about the lady that put out that $1 bill decode, and I went on the website to respond to the thread that she posted, and these people were telling her it was just a piece of shit and all this stuff or whatever. But I got huge value out of what she showed me as well, right? Where she's starting to dabble on something, and I can feel that's what it's, there's something there, boom. So I work out what is there, right? That's how the dollar bill stuff happened. So now here, Randy sends me over deuterium fusion, the 5731 stuff, and he also sent me over the AB to Z code, HIJKLMNOPQRSTUVWXYZ code 19107. Alright. And after I made that video up there, Randy let me know that this is an area code in South Philadelphia, where his mom's family is from, right? So he sent me this over here, and it sent me pictures of these things and showing me that this is 1971, right? And the deuterium fusion, the 5731, and I took it on the path of the 5702, right? And there was definitely something there, right? And I went and I showed that, the Manhattan Project. But then the feeling was still there about there was more to what he sent me over, right? He didn't have a full grasp of what he sent me over, and neither did I. When I saw it, right, I had to start hunting it, just like the lady with the dollar bill. And after I left a message on one of her other videos and put a link to the video I made about the dollar bills, she didn't delete her videos after those people told her it was the biggest piece of shit of all times that they ever saw and whatnot, right? She must have just had them blocked, and she unblocked them. And I'll stick a link to her video. She has like 3 videos on the dollar bill. I'll stick a link in the description box to her video. But I felt like there was more to it, so right, I follow these feelings. Whenever I feel this stuff, that's how I do all my work. All the work that produces things and goes somewhere, and I can show and tell the story about all of that, is I feel that before I ever see any of it, right? So it was me going back and continuing that work that led into the other stuff. Well, then after Randy told me about this, right, I had made the video, and I had never I didn't process that fully, right? It says 19107, and that's all the very same stuff is in there. after I made the video, I showed it to Randy, right? And that's specifically like I'm in the 480 area, and everybody here will say 480, and then their other two digits, right? In here, when they're speaking the word, they're going to be saying 19107, 19107 for their zip code in that area, right? And it's all along the same stuff that we were showing, right? 314, 5733, 1971, 1223, 5732, 1971. So then here I want to jump into something. Another thing that uses those same things is soul. Right? 341, 314, 1223, 1573. Now, this O is 5115, right? But if we apply the reverse to that O in soul, right, which would be 157 minus 51 is 106, plus 15 is 121. 154 minus 51 is 133. 133 minus, it should be minus 15. Minus 15 is 169, plus 51 is 220. Right? So when the O in soul is reversed, it produces that one, the mirror of 0. It produces 121, 220. And then with 0, here we'll add 51, or 15 here, it'd be 184, 157. When the 0 is reversed in the word 0, it becomes the mirror of soul. It becomes that 184 would be the O reversing in the 0, right? And that's the play that we got going on here, right? And it's through the shape of soul, or the sun, and the O, and the 0 to the O, right? That's a reversal thing within our word. And then we have the O, right? 5115, and if we overlaid the reverse over top of it, it would be that U, right? O in reverse O would be U. So we got the word sun here. 180, 216. We have the word soon using the OO, right? Neither of them rotated. To be the mirror of the sun is the soon, right? But if we rotated one of them, right, it would be exactly the sun, right? And all of the sounds and everything too, right? Same thing in moon or man or mun, right? All the people I hear and what I say when I speak is Monday, Monday. I don't say Monday. I say Monday, Monday, Sunday, Monday, right? That's the double OO, even though they've got it in this form, right? When we're saying it, it's the double OO. We're saying the U, right? So that whole deal between soul, the shape of soul, the O, and the 0 when it's flopping back and forth, right? Soul, the O flops, it becomes a mirror of zero. Zero, the O flips, it becomes a mirror of soul. That's huge into the spoken stuff and the stuff that's going on here. 19107. And the other moral of this is it not being zero, right? Right? That's how you say the zip code, literally. That's the spoken word, 19107. That's what people will say. The majority of them will say, and it's super, super common in the zip code. Right? But the other moral is about that 1917, those being numbers, and the O not being a number. Right? 1971, right? And the O not being the zero. That's a big moral that's going on in this set of deals here, right? And the very first time we are changing the awareness. When I made a video about Randy's information that he shared with me, I knew there was something big to this too, and I just didn't flush it all the way out. And we flushed it out. The 314, 1223, 5732 of the 1223, 1971, 314, March 14th of the year 5731. Have you found the beginning to be looking for the end? For there too it will be, right? I knew there was something to it, right? That's the trick on a lot of this too, is right. You know there's something to it, and then you find something to it. If you still got the feeling about there's more to it, right? There's more to it. So, and I've been showing that over the years of working on the same subjects and same numbers and expanding on all of those things. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Right? And that's when I started looking, right? Talked about how I considered this an ID, right? And then I went on. He was in the beginning. He was with God in the beginning. John 1, 2. Right? And that whole deal. And I didn't say this in the video either, right? 5731, 31471, that's the deal, and it's actually double keyed. It's in here, right? See, it's a half and half. The 53 and 53, the 134 and the 134, the 17 and the 17 and the 71 and the 71, right? This is it's a double set of keys on those dates. This one is harder to see, right? But this one here is straight out. And then there's also this key in here, the 0314, right? It's showing 31471. That's one way to express. It's showing the other way here, right? It's showing the other way here. That's all that stuff that I was showing in those having a little brain fire. We are changing the awareness of God's word for the world. it's in there as 0314, right? In John 1:1, John 1:2, and the words from that version of John 1:1, John 1:2, right? There's different versions, but through what I'm working with, right? That was the expression in those two keys here and here, right? And then it was flushed out in a different expression without that O, without the 0, right? Just like this is in the same expression, the 19107, all the same numbers, all the same stuff. So even after I put that video out, right, I took it a couple steps further, just continuing to talk to Randy about the deal, right? And like I said, there's other versions of those verses, right? That version I'm working with there, that stuff all linked into the entire Randy deal and everything that I started a couple months back showing on video. Let me go John 1:1 Bible Hub. Let me pull out some shit. So, right, those same two verses. I'm gonna do the King James version now here of the words, right? Ironic here too that we're pumping into this, right? See this ID, right? Well, because it's the exact same shit. That doesn't change. All right. It's John 1:2 that's is the difference in the King James version, right? Compared to the version that I was using with Randy there. Instead of saying he was in the beginning, he was with God in the beginning, it says the same was in the beginning with God. And then when I put it out this way, right, then we can link into the 5739, right, which is the end of 1978 and the first 9 months or so of 1979, right? That's in the King James version, right? But that version that I was using with Randy was he was with God in the beginning, right? The same he was, oh, and then I was using John 1:1, 1:2, right? He was with, oh, it already had the was. So it was the same and he. The same and he was flip out. But again, in here, all of this information, right, that's from we are changing the awareness of God's word for the world. That's all of the information, right? And it has links right into what he had sent me of that deuterium fusion, 5731, all of that, right? It had links back, right? Because I started, when I put out the first little bit of work on doing some stuff with Randy, because him being born on a 6-digit type of date of 12/23/71, it's not, it's a different animal to look into, right? It's a different animal to look into, the size of the stuff to be able to pick up the actual digits, right? Every single key in here, the farthest we go is 5 digits. We got to go a lot bigger phrases to pick up the exact digits of a 6-digit date, right? And I was telling him, man, that might be the only way to find it. But now, since then, we've trickled back down into all of the into the 5-digit realms, the 4-digit realms, 3-digit realms, all showing right that same info trickling back down. But I had never tackled going after anybody's stuff that was in the 6 digits, right? But I'm in the 4 digits. Dan's in the 5 digits, and Randy's in the 6 digits. But we've already, since we've been working on the Randy stuff here, we can now see and show that it's not just confined to being in those bigger six digits. So then now back on all of that old stuff, right? That old stuff in the sun and the moon and all of that, right? That lady who made that video about the dollar bill, that's one of the big things that I figured out about it, was to take the dollar bill, fold it in half, put that O over the O, right? The opposite O, right? That's when you fold it in half, and it creates O over O, and then there's writing on both sides of the O the opposite way. It's making the U, right? Why don't you just meet me in the middle? Right, 12/31, that's December 31, that's November 23rd, and meeting right in the middle is December 12th, 12/12. Right, why don't you just meet me in the middle? And it only comes out this way when you use this U, the 6666, which is also the O over the overlaid O, the 6666, right? Why don't you just meet me in the middle, the song, right? And when you do it the right way, right, it doesn't just meet through the U, right? The information you're showing right here, it meets right in the middle at 12/12. And the same thing with that U, if you're going 6 plus 6, 6 and 6, right? You're meeting in the middle, 12/12, same way, right? You see this, 132, 132, 264, 66, 66, right? That's just one of those O's rotating there. All right, the 132. One O rotates it right back to that U, and when they're overlaid, right? It's because of this 03 here that we're having the difference out, right? But they're showing the same right in here. Another version would be something like that, or E, C, E is the other one. That's in this 90 degrees. That's 90 degrees. This is the other 90 degrees. Then there's this, and then there's both of them rotated, and it's 30 and 102, right? And then there's this, which is just one O up, 1 O down, 1 O 51 15, 1 O 15 51. It's the only letter in the entire script that maintains any contact to the what I call the alliterate order value of that letter, U, O, in that 15 spot, right? It's the only one. No other one has any ties back to that order value. That one does. And when it doubles, O in reverse O, it goes right into the vowel slot where the U is, right? And I say all the time, the Y is stuck on U, but really the Y is stuck on O in that spot. It doubles, and right, you can look at the O, you can't see it, right? And you can't see if it's upside down. You can't see it, it could be moving, right? Right there, it could be straight up. Now it could be straight down. Now it could be 90 degrees, right? It's got 90-degree flips, 90-degree turns, and it's got 180 turns, right? And then it 360 to the full turn, right? All of that. We get into sun, right? 360 degrees, another link to that O, right? The shape of soul. Well, we mirror it soon, right? That's it in the mirror, right? But it is the full moon. Those are the two 360s, the shapes, and they're exactly like each other, right? I was talking to Dan a little bit today in an email about like a thief in the night. We're talking when the full moon is the exact same shape in the night as soul. It's reflecting the light, exact same size, because they're made exactly for each other, right? But like a thief in the night is a total solar eclipse. It's during the day, right? The O over the O. And really, in our words, right, you got soul right, Ra left, right? Well, you'll never find any soul linkage to the moon. You will find the Ra linkage to the moon, though in lunar, right? And again, the same thing in here, right? My app won't show it. Randy's got one that does reverses, and he sends me over some pictures on it. The same thing is planned here. One O and one reverse O, right? Lunar and solar, right? And that's what it's about. Sun in the full moon, like a thief in the night, but it's a total solar eclipse, right? And the problem is choice, right? They give you this, right? Total solar eclipse, right? But they don't give you the different choice to see what is there, right? Soul eclipse total Ra, or Ra eclipse total soul. And I always say what a difference a space makes, right? When here now, when I put this out to you, it's going to generate in your mind a total different deal in terms of total solar eclipse, right? Ra eclipse total soul, right? And then it's showing you that both the sun and the moon is in the word solar. And it's saying, right, soul, right? That's the Roman sun god. Ra, left, is the Egyptian sun god. So there's two, the name of the sun god is in there twice, right? And the word God as well. Everywhere that O is, right? If that's the O overlaid by another O and nobody can ever tell with it, right? But you listen, let those who have ears hear to the sounds. That's them, right? There's a mathematical basis of it, right? Be the GUD, right? Or it's too overlaid and it's good, right? And there's just a ton of different things to the O, right? And that shape and the rotations, because you cannot see any of it, right? If I flip the G upside down, you're going to see it, right? I can flip D upside down, north and south, and you won't be able to see it. But if I flipped it left and right, you'd be able to see it, right? O has free movement every which way there is. You cannot see it. Move, rotate, layered, anything, right? I take a O and a reverse O and I overlay them any which way, left and right, up and down, you can't see anything. I take a G and a reverse G, I overlay it, you're going to see it, right? On the D, if I do it left and right, you're going to see it, right? There's a ton of morals within the word and applications, but because I don't have a reversal application on my word here, which would need a second set of piano keys, right? I don't teach it through this app like I used to do it by hand on notebooks. But anyways, we'll get back to that dollar bill. Let me pull one out of my wallet here. And let's do our total solar eclipse. We're going to fold it in half. Right. And we're going to use the words that are just within the OO or the U. Right? Why don't you just meet me in the middle? We're talking the O and the O and the I. Right? Inuit, Coeptis, Novus, Ordo, Seclorum. And this is what she was talking about in her reptilians video that I saw, right? And immediately it pulled me in. Gotta turn the light on. Alright, 1776 shit. Let me just look and copy and paste it. It'll be easier. 1776 Roman numeral. Alright. That's the one side. But it's O over O. And the other side says E pluribus unum. One of the subjects that I've been working on, and just like I said with the Randy thing, right? This is actually keyed 4 times here. Right up in here, right? And this frequency here is 1979 plus the reverse 9791, right? 6794 4976 1979 9791, right? This frequency 1170, and that's the O over O total deal. And then I did the whole thing on the back, the note on the other way, showing the half of the what's on the dollar bill the other way. So what was it? ES America 1 for the dollars. Then we got the trust, the E in the LLAR, and E pluribus unum, and of the United States, right? 4 times on that half of the bill, right? And that's where the note comes in. Is right down the center that connects that side to the other side. It's the same thing. 11770, 4976, 6794, 1979, 9791. All of that, right? So in the same case, and these things connect together, right? Which is that O over O, in what is that soul rotated O to the 0, 0 rotated O to the soul, and that spoken deal of 0 dropping to become O. 19107. So there was even more to that stuff that I showed. Now, I think there was a phrase I started that I had started out with. I don't know if I got anything written down here. There was a two-part phrase, and then I finished with I see the Hebrew year of 5731. So what was the thing that I started with there? I might be able to grab something real fast and see. Let's see. Oh, there it is. That's right. Should have remembered this. Uh-oh. (1971) Gregorian or Julian, right? The Roman calendar, 5731. Same dates, 314, 1223. I see the Hebrew year of 5731. 19107 back to 1971, right? So I had showed Randy some of that earlier work, some of those tricks, and to start paying attention to his Hebrew year numbers and all that. And then he did, and he sent that stuff over, right? And then when he showed it to me, there's more, a lot more to this, and I'm going to build off of it. I build off of it, and I showed it. And same thing in there, but I was just telling Dan in a email today about that eclipse, that over and reading into it, right? I've shown a lot of different stuff on this. It's about that's total solar eclipse, and I'm gonna get into some other videos. I've already gone too far, too long on this, but I'm gonna relate all of this stuff here that I've been talking to Dan and Randy about, and showing some of it here in this video into the total solar eclipses of 4/8/2024 eventually in some other video, and I'm not going to get into it today, but this is part of it, that O/O. And just like with Randy, when I saw that lady video, I knew there was something more to it. And when Randy was showing me this stuff, he had a little grasp of something, but he didn't have a full grasp or a big grasp of it. Neither did I. And then I to start looking at it, just like that lady, with her to start decoding that Annuit Coeptis Novus Ordo Seclorum, right? She had a grasp of something. There's something in her hand, and she's receiving more, right? I used to pick it up and start working with it. Same thing here with Randy, right? Whoever has something in their hand will get more. Whoever doesn't will be deprived of the even little they have. Okay. There's a lot more to that, right? And another thing is on the 1278. that's my starting point, 5739, 12,478. And that linkage there is into a ton of the different Randy stuff too that I was doing. Right? Had some stuff like that going on with Dan as well. 88 and 98. Right? The sayings in the Lambden version of the Gospel of Thomas. Right here, when I express it like this, it links to me. If I grab the sayings, they'll link to Dan, right? And then for me, it was the Day of Atonement, or Day of Atonement 2020, right? From birth, 9479, to that first day, 9579, right? In the Hebrew year of 5739, right? Day of Atonement. Again, the stuff is a mind at one day, right? Meant of at one day, mind of at one day, 2020, right? When you first come out of the waters, that first day of coming out of the waters, right? I've been talking about water and baptism and the different things. I'm not going to get all into that, but I had the same thing, kind of the same things going on with Dan, right? Just like those John 1:1, 1:2, I can do it a certain way to link up with Randy, and then I can do it a certain way to show myself, and a certain way to show that link into that 6479, right? Well, with Dan, it's the same way in terms of the day one, the mind at day one, Day of Atonement, right? So let me get the Gospel of Thomas Lambden version, pull it up. Let's just grab one of these, show them real fast, because now I'm getting way out in length in video. But I was looking for some stuff to link up with Dan through the Bible, and I was struggling on it, and then all of a sudden it dawned on me to go look at Thomas, and because of his 1988 and 1989 birth, right, I jumped down and started looking at these, and right away I saw what it was saying, a 7/28/89, right? Just like when it's showing me at 9/5/79, right? This is showing him one day after his birth, which is 7/27/89. It's showing 7/28/89, right? In this as 88, just like the moral going on with the reversal of the O. It's the same thing here in the 98, right? It's not in the 89, it's the reversed one. I got into some stuff today too that relates into all of this in 1 Corinthians 15:51. That's directly related to the reversed O, right? And the same thing is in here, right? 7/28/89. 7/28/89. And then again, I can kind of see a link to myself in here, which is 78/79, right? That's another way to that's express the 57/39, right? And here we got the 1 and 57/31. So like really in this deal here, you know, you could see the links of Randy, Daniel, me, all in this stuff, right? And then I'd take it out the other way and show 88 and 98, September 4th, 1979, Day of Atonement, 1979, 2020, right? The vision of it, right? September 5, 1979, first day, same lengths, right? All of that type of stuff, right? And these are big time too, right? 40 forwards, 1 backwards. There it is, right? That's 78, 79. That's 57, 39. And these are the only numbers in alphabetical order in the English language, forward and reverse. 40 is right in alphabetical order, and 1 is left. All right, 1978, 79. It's all saying the same thing. All of the different stuff on here, right? All saying the same thing. Same thing. Right. 12 light and 12 near, nigh, close, right? Why don't you just meet me in the middle? December 12, 12, 12, 12, 9, right? 40 is right and 1 is left. It's all the same expressions, right? So that expression was in that deal of Thomas 98. Right? So I'm looking at that, all the work I'm doing here, it all adding up, lining up, right? That's the stuff right in there. I didn't say anything to Dan about it. So when you're typing emails, even a big email is going to be small information compared to talking to somebody about something like, right, making a video or whatever, right? This video is going to have a ton more information than even a long email when you're trying to communicate stuff that way, right? The one for 5731 and July 28th, 89, day 1, and the other dude involved with it, right? So that's a little something there, and that saying number 98, right? But again, I had intuition and a feeling about as soon as when I got to Thomas, and I said, man, I should go to Thomas and look at 88 and 89. I look at 88 and I saw that, and I look at 89, I strike out. I look at 98, there it is. That's the reversal, right? So a lot of this stuff is all how I'm looking in and finding it is all the deal. And this is also the beginning of hydrogen. This is the first hydrogen atom of all time. You are like your father, who was a murderer from the beginning, or the father of all lies, right? That's where all that stuff comes up off of, right? The first neutron to commit suicide kills himself. The other hydrogen made after, right, was from murders and lies. And then we get what we got now. Earth is hydrogen. The moon is that one electron in the deal. And Earth is a prison for hydrogen. Hydrogen has literally been cast down to Earth. And it's locked up by oxygen. Right? Every water molecule is one oxygen molecule putting 2 hydrogen in prison. We have a lake of, that's all hydrogen, right? There's a lot more stuff to get into that too, and it's just not something I can cover in this video, so we're already gone too long. I'm coming up on 50 minutes, but anyways, I wanted to do a little clarification on some of the stuff and also talk and show about how a lot of this, of tracking it down, it's about feeling it, right? A big key to all of this, if you feel something first, then go after what you feel, right? At least for me, that's how I get everywhere that's somewhere. It is actually somewhere, right? I feel it before I ever see it or hear it. know it. I feel it. Right, then I go out and get it. And then I come back and show it. And then I try to do it justice and talk about it as much as I can. Right, so I think that's about it on this video here. But I want to say thanks to Dan, and thanks to Randy, and also thanks to that lady. I think her name is Venus Dove. I don't know her name, but it's a lot of the interaction with these people that lead me to go and do stuff, right? Without the interaction with the others, then I wouldn't even be going down a lot of these paths. It's somebody else showing something, and then I go after. I feel there's something to what they're showing, and I go after it, right? So this stuff here coming into Dan was, he had sent me over a bunch of work that he had been doing and stuff about himself, right? And as I was looking through, I wanted to go out and try to find some existing works that related to him rather than something just created out by from scratch, right? Like established words that are ordered and phrased and put out exactly right, like this, right? This Lambden translation, where they've been formulated and put out in this form, right, for quite a while, right, into this English language. So then when they're sitting there in 88 and 98, and that's the ones that come and do the stuff that we're looking for words to do, and then they tie the moral into that at one day, right, the first 24 hours after coming out of those initial waters, right, at the first day here after birth, right, those big morals and stuff, they're in there, right? So what? But I was looking in the Bible, and you got so many different versions of the Bible. It's, I try to stick to the main ones, right? The New International Version, it's out there a lot, and then I look at the King James and the New King James a lot. I will look some other times beyond that, but usually those are the three that I'll keep an eye on them, right? And even though they'll be changed up words-wise, they'll oftentimes have a lot of connection still through the different versions will still be related and telling the same story in a different type of way, right? But anyways, I thank all them people for interacting with me, because I spark off of other people, right? Feeling there's something to what they're showing or trying to say, and then I try to go and look and find what I'm feeling and show it and say it in at least a different way, if not a better and deeper way, which is what I'm doing here. So I wanted to kind of explain some of that and show some of that stuff that went on to get to those places that I got with the things that those other people began, right? Randy began some work. I picked it up and went somewhere with it. Dan began some work. I picked it up. I went somewhere with it. That Venus Dove started some work. I picked it up. I went somewhere with it. And then in the reality of the deal, right, it's all tied together, right? So as I'm sitting here, I can see in my deal up in here, and I'm seeing Dan's deal in here, and I'm seeing Randy's deal in here. Well, guess what? I don't have the awareness of Venus Dove, but it wouldn't I wouldn't I wouldn't put it past her being somewhere in here, right? Of course, I'm not gonna ask her. About her information to really look or not, right? But just looking at this type of key here and all this stuff that's going on, and how when we really get into that work, that's the big deal. It's like a thief in the night. The thief in the night is the full moon, the sun, the second sun, right? And the only time that is like a thief in the night is a total solar eclipse during the day. And there's a lot more stuff that we can get into, but this part here, that dollar bill folded in half, and that O over O, that's the total solar eclipse. That's the big deal that's around that pyramid, that eye that's actually offshore, and we'll get into some of that deeper stuff later on, and maybe I'll refer back to some of this work in this time because it all ties into all of it as well, right? All of these recent revelations working on things relating to Dan, relating to what that girl showed, relating to Randy, right? It all also relates into that solar eclipse. That's the O and the reverse O and the U and the 1212, right? That's why we're on 4/8/24, right? 4, 8, 4/8/24, aka 1212. This is all O, O and reverse O, and U, and meet in the middle. And there's so much to this, it's just not even funny, right? All of this is involved in that 4/8/24 deal coming up like a thief in the night. Anyways, if you made it this far, I know it's a long video, but please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you think that's something you should do. And have a nice night.